So Rocky Mountain Race Week, it was definitely harder than I expected. I didn't know, like in the first video where we're talking about Rocky Mountain, I'm like, oh no, I have to drive 5 hours. Little did I know it was like 13-hour drives, 10-hour drives. So it was a lot more grueling and intense than I expected. I didn't know the tracks were also gonna be kind of rough, like where there's like no bathrooms, where there's just dirt flying around everywhere. And so it was definitely a learning experience. Overall, it was super fun. It's something that we would definitely do again and just try to take that W every year. So before getting into Rocky Mountain, Seth did have the disclaimer that 9.0 class is going to be super difficult. Everybody has their car already dialed in and we have to like work hard for it, rent out the track, modify the car, and just be consistent on the runs. And so I definitely did not expect to take first our first time around. I knew we would place like somewhere in the top, like maybe second or third, but I did not expect first. So they definitely gave us our run for our money, and we were really trying to get to that first spot. Especially with the way that Seth tunes the car, I think he was able to get it to that ideal sweet spot of the 9.0. So I kind of attribute most of the win to him and his tuning skills. I was telling them the other day, like, this competition I feel like is more about tuners, and it's kind of like that F1 race. Like if they have the award for that engineer, like he should have that award. And this kind of showcases everything with the way he does it, with the way GTR Motorsports works on the vehicle. It's about consistency, reliability, and we definitely showcase that. With my driving skills, it wasn't as difficult because I'm not treeing people or waiting for them at the light, so there's no reaction time, so that made it 10 times easier on my part. I just had to make sure that I was super consistent with the way that I drove. But for the most part, I do attribute the win to GTR Motorsports and to Seth for tuning the car and grabbing the information like the DA level, the temperature, and adjusting to the track conditions. Because I basically just did the same thing that I normally do when I drive, regardless of the track conditions. And what matters most with hitting that 9.0 is the DA, the temperature, and all of that stuff that tuners have to know. The longest that this lunatic car has been on the road is probably like an hour, like the 2 years that I've had it, and taking it to like South Lake or something. So I was a bit worried doing the long drives. I honestly thought it was gonna be super uncomfortable and it wasn't gonna last. It was gonna overheat or something with all the horsepower that it has. But surprisingly, it did extremely well. We didn't have any issues. They put everything stock in the interior, so it did feel very comfortable. Like these seats have padding. I'm not like sitting down on like straight carbon fiber for like 13 hours. So that made it really nice. He was able to check, like, you know, the gas, the oil levels before we were running and make sure that it was good for the long drive. I was worried the tires weren't gonna last, but they did. We're racing on the tires, we have radials on it, and then driving like collectively 1,000 miles on those tires. So they did hold up. So that was kind of a surprise for me. This car right now is sitting on a lift, and there's so much more potential for it, so much plans that we have going for it. And at Rocky Mountain, it was basically like kind of stripped down. So it's on the lift. On, I believe, Monday, we're taking it to the chassis shop and we're gonna put a 10-point cage into the car. And we're updating the turbos, getting bigger turbos. We're refreshing the engine, refreshing the trans. So basically rebuilding both. And we're gonna, for the future plans, it's ideally gonna hit mid to high 7 seconds in Ennis or in Texas. And then when we do Rocky Mountain, we'll probably end up doing like the 8590 class still. So what I hated about Rocky Mountain Race Week is, and you kind of just get this like just in general as a female racer, It kind of hit harder at Rocky Mountain. I don't know if it's because there were more cars that I was racing or because I was coming in as a newbie. I came in as a rookie, never done the event, so nobody even knew like who I was or anything, and I show up with this super kawaii Hello Kitty themed car, and I do know that I am like super girly, and a lot of these men that are racing are very masculine, and so we kind of got a little bit of weird vibes there. So people just didn't expect this car to run the way it did, and I think they got kind of angry about that. But it was expected because I am a female running in a male-dominated sport, and so that's the difficulty with just general in racing, is that you're not going to be accepted as one of the guys or whatever, which is fine because I just have to prove myself and work twice as hard and everything. But we did show that. We showed the car performed well. We were able to work as a team together and get that first place win. And at the end of the day, like Seth was saying, this car is still a lion with a dress on it. At the end of the day, it's still a lion.
That's not how you say that.
The car is a lion in a dress, but still lion.
Or effing lion. So no matter how much you dress it up or bedazzle it, it's still gonna perform. It's still a beast. And yeah, so that was the difficult part. Another difficult part, which I hated, is taking time away from the kids. We were away for a whole week, and as a mom, it is difficult, although Kenny did hold down the fort. We FaceTimed and everything with the children, but next year I'll probably take them with me. And the sweet thing was, Kelly, my daughter, made me this for my win. So this is my trophy from her, and I'm gonna put it in the car. But it was nice to get that family love again coming back from race week. So with Rocky Mountain, we did have some like fans and spectators come up to us and say like, oh, every time you line up to go run, I could hear all these people talking crap about you in your car. So I'm like, okay, it's fine. They never said anything to my face, so maybe those are rumors. And it was also called like a teeny baby car, like you better not get beat by a teeny baby car, like all of these things. And it's fine. You just gotta take it with a grain of salt. After I did my run in Pueblo, we had someone say, hey, someone's trying to disqualify you. And I'm like, why? We didn't do anything. Everything is by the book. We're, you know, we've read all the rules on what you can and can't do. And so the situation was that they thought I pulled a tool from Kevin's truck, and you're supposed to put all of your tools in the car. But I went to go into Kevin's truck to grab an umbrella because it was over 100 degrees, and someone thought that I was pulling a tool to work on the car, but it was an umbrella. So I don't know if they were just mistaken or if they were just trying to start something, but you tell me. I don't know. So there were so many fans and that came up to my car, and I really appreciated that. And it was so nice, like talking to the little girls and the other future female racers that want to do it. And just like, if I had to give them advice, it would be to just, I mean, it sounds cliche, but like not to give up or not let all the negativity stop you from doing what you want. Because if I let that happen, because I do get a lot of negative feedback from, you know, people saying that women shouldn't race, then I wouldn't be here right now. And with this whole journey, it's just taught me to be stronger and to just keep doing, you do you. But it is nice to see more and more female racers out there, and just shut out all the noise. You do you, keep doing your thing, and don't let negativity like affect you. Just let it make you stronger. So we just wanted to give you an insight of what my experience was with Rocky Mountain Race Week. So we will be coming back again, and it was super fun. So don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. Okay, sorry if that sounds super cringy, but we really do need the subs and the likes.